People, my name is Jacob Polo, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. From my friends, they said maybe I should speak a little less on my philosophical and hypothesis, um, and a little less about my spiritual awakeness and neuroscience and that sort of stuff that I teach professionally as a counselor and as a coach and as a spiritual guru. And maybe I should speak more about which my story that led me to these and my stories ongoingly that give me moments of consciousness and enlightenment and level me up. So let's just simply say that the last 6 months of my life has been very interesting. In that 6 months I'll just preface that it was intense and that I lost a lot and gained a lot. And in saying that, I have lived in 3 different countries in 6 months. I have traveled 9 countries in 6 months. At the start of the year, I was married. At the start of the year, the love of my life, my puppy, my girl, my dog, was alive. At the start of the year, my business as a guru and fitness coach and mindfulness master coach in Florianopolis with amazing high-end upper-class people, clients, was great. And 6 months later, in that 6 months period, the most important thing in my life passed away. Lexi, my girl. Then I had a serious spinal scare. I've previously broken my back in a motorbike accident in Thailand when I was living there. And that was like 7 years of rehab, rehabilitation on physio and chiropractor and healing it myself. And it's been great ever since. And then I pulled my back and I was put down for 3 months. I couldn't move. Literally crawling down the stairs to go to the bathroom. In excruciating pain. My ex-wife was lovely about it, in the best way that she could be. And she did her best, physically, but, emotionally, yeah, she did her best. And, I commend her on that. Again, my free will was taken away and I was forced to leave Florianopolis because some ex-wife didn't want to be there anymore. We were moving from Florianopolis, Brazil to America, which was cool. It was like their dream, not my dream. I'm Australian, I'm from Australia, and we'll get back to this point. And then miscarriage. So that's the thing. I've had a miscarriage. And then, moved to America. Finally, after 5 years of being in Brazil, that was the goal. Then got told, got 3 days to get the fuck out. And so, divorced. And so basically, after living in America for a few months, I was forced onto the street, basically. That's never going to happen because, people love me and I love myself. And so I had a client here in Gold Coast, Australia, back home, that is like, I was coaching him or counseling him, mentoring him, whatever the fuck you want to call it, for a few years. And he's just like, the moment that you can get back, I really need your help. And that's what we're doing. Helping him overcome what he's going through. But the long story short was my whole life. So yeah, it's been kind of intense. Lived in 3 countries and traveled 9 in 6 months. Anyway, in this, I've always never loved Australia. I've never liked it here. I've lived all over the bloody world. Like, I loved it. I love living in Thailand. I love living in Brazil. I love living in America and all these places. I always wanted to be somewhere else. I was always never at peace here. And my whole life, I just wanted to be everywhere else but here. And, you know, I like my trucks. I like my going hunting and shooting. I like muscle cars. Everyone reckons I'm a bloody American, hence why I went to America. And, you know, wearing cowboy boots and riding horses and dirt bikes and stuff. I never fit into the Australian culture, and I don't drink or anything like that. So I was very lost. Hence why I like living in Thailand and, you know, hanging out with monks and training mixed martial arts and Muay Thai and being an elite human being. But something changed. I'm here in a holiday home in this place called Yeppoon in Queensland in the middle of fucking nowhere. Right? It's this beautiful, beautiful beach place with islands all around us. Fucking just the beach for days and mountains and trees. It's just a phenomenal little hidden place, but it's very like fancy. It's this very cool place. And I haven't been here for like 12 years. And so I flew up here on a holiday. And like I live in Gold Coast. I've lived in Gold Coast. I've lived all over the bloody place, but like with Sundays, I've been sunny coast, I've lived everywhere. Brisbane, all that sort of shit. But for the very first time, I'm at peace. Like I fly back in a few days to Gold Coast, but I finally am at peace in Australia. I'm not trying to run away from it anymore. And like, I thought like a failure and like, even this like contempt against the ex-wife of like, she ditched me, you know what I mean? And like, she got what she wanted, and she's now in America, and I had to go home, and I've like a failure. And no offense to Americans, fucking love you guys. You're so nice, like literally very polite, ma'am and sir. But Australia is so much better. And it's so good. It is so fucking good. And like I'm just watching the news. I don't watch the news. Like I'm hearing the news in ads. Fucking things. And I'm just like, all the bullshit that's happening, like in America, like the shooting, like all of this, all of the unhealthiness, all of the stress and negativity, all this needing to exchange your life for money to buy things you don't need to validate an existence of worthlessness, instead of having value for yourself and your life. And like that's what they're all on about. They're like, yeah, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, but you don't. What? Why? I've had everything. I was retired at 30. I made my $1 million. Like I did that. I grew up working in the mines, and like, and good bucket welder. 200K a week, like literally $10,000 a fortnight. And I had that at 18. So I've done it all. And I realized it didn't fix anything. Had the cars, didn't fucking fix anything. Lived in the penthouses, didn't fix anything. Lived in bloody mansions on the river and beach and stuff, it didn't fix anything. Fucked the hottest models in the world. Didn't mean anything. Shagging 3 girls a night didn't mean anything. Got to a point where I literally, to the despise of my friends, will turn down like literally foursomes with models. And that's not a brag. That's I woke up every day with some random person in my bed, and I hated myself more than you could ever imagine. I despised my own self. I regretted it. So I stopped. I went celibate 7 years. You know what I mean? Like, I do extremities to become stronger. And now yeah, like, I even came back and, like, shout out to Elise, my girlfriend that I got when I came back. The most beautiful woman on fucking earth. This tiny little, petite, beautiful, skinny goddess. But was not, nah. You know what I mean? She represented, it was like God said to me, here's the best, like the most hottest thing. She was a little sweetheart when she was like calm, but like she'd lose control, just like my ex lose control, and thought it was okay, just like my ex. And it was like this opportunity for me to reflect on myself, going, okay, so you're in a marriage for 6 years with somebody you should have not dated on the, like, left in the first week. Okay, here is the most banging babe ever, with the most highest potential ever. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fall back into that pattern? Are you going to allow somebody to do that to you? Are you going to, you know, be a high value human being or a low value? And again, I love you, Elise, still to this day, and I always will. It's nothing against her. It was, we're all on our own journey. And it was just like this thing, like, are you really done, son? God's just like, are you done with this stupidity? Are you going to choose yourself? Are you going to be a high value human being and no longer attach yourself to people who haven't reached that, at least that level of sustained consciousness where they can be conscious of their limiting, worthless, unvaluable beliefs, behaviors, and actions and words and stuff? So yeah, long story short, for the very first time, I'm about to turn 36. I get compliments I'm 28, which is OG. I truly love where I am. And I truly love Australia. This place is so good. And it's funny, I was talking to people all over America and everywhere, all over the world I've been, and they all want to live here. And I just, yeah, it's hella expensive. Like, where, in a lot, like, I was been away for a really long time, so about 10 years ago, like, things are always, Australia's expensive. Shit, it is really expensive to live, to eat, to do everything, and everything's weekly. So like you're spending like $1,000, $2,000, like maybe a week if you're living all right. Now rent or mortgage is like 1,000, 2,000 a week. Like cars are hell expensive. Like the one that I sold, my drift car, the S14 Series 2, gorgeous. That's like a $40,000 to $80,000 car now. It's just going up. You know, places that were $500, $1,200. Food up, fuel up, everything's up. Crazy. But do you know what? I can go for the walk whenever I want. Go out at any time. Like I'm in bed by 8 o'clock, and up early, but I can go walk down the street at any time. I go down the beach at any time. I go get frisky with my, down on the beach. You're not going to get robbed, jacked, murdered, or raped. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, it's better. And like, just, yeah, it's honest. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Like how honest and you just talk about things. It's face to face. It's non whiny, cowardessing, complaining, rah, me, rah, 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 and then your fucking emotional immaturity. Like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it here. So, come to Australia. It is the best place I've ever been in my life. Peace out. See you in the next one.